All right, guys, welcome back. Our Ethereum long is killing it. We're up. I've been taking profits, doing my stuff. I put in a little bit yesterday, not really as like an incredible entry. I just added a little bit more to show you guys the confidence, to tell you guys like, no, like I still believe in it, and like we allocated a lot of our portfolio towards it, and I still think that that's a good idea going into it. This is the graph I have pulled up on it right now for potentially just looking at different price points. I'm depending on how good of a bounce we get. I could possibly be interested in picking up a little bit more. But I think that we're very, very well exposed to Ethereum. And one of the things that I'm thinking about is, yeah, Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin today, and that's good. And we allocated the resources to it. And I hope I provided the confidence yesterday. And I told you guys stay strong with ETH, and our long's killing it. But yeah, this is just absolutely massive. Not only did we get a very bullish 4-hour candle close, but we got it above the previous high. Looks good. All right. Let's take a look at some other charts. But it's only up, I think, 4 or 5% today, I believe. Let's see. Let's go to, what are we on right now? Kraken. Let's go to Coinbase. So there's other altcoins that are doing really well. And so I definitely, it's looking good. Look at it bounce that area perfectly. I tell you guys, like on this channel, you got to sub because like the charts that we go over are monumentally important. Alright. And I didn't make a video last night because I'm like, they're good. I literally told them that we're most likely going to double top on Ethereum, which there was a double top, and then it didn't break. There was like, I don't know. You guys saw it last night. And then I'm like, it's not going to break. Like down most likely, but I have to cover it anyways in the charts, and it did exactly what I said. So on top of my charts, always showing you guys exactly what's going on. Yeah, so you had this double top idea. I think this is the more macro. Yeah, this is on the 4-hour. There was one on the 1-hour. It was like a lot smaller. And it ended up breaking that double top and just glancing a wick. I think it was like, I don't remember exactly where it was. If you guys were following last night, you saw the double top. We glanced it. And then we wicked back up, which I was talking about. So we get that out of the way. This would be a potential double top. Doubt it would happen. Alright, let's see what we got. So that's ETH. And now let's go into my favorite subject, because this is my new favorite subject. But because before I was like, it's this and that. But now I'm like, listen, altcoin season, baby. What'd I tell you guys? I mean, we always keep you updated on these charts. This is Bitcoin dominance. Look how gorgeous this head and shoulders is. So let me just draw it out textbook for you real quick. So I've been talking about this for a while. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and then this right here is the neckline right here. Yeah, this is the neckline textbook. This is just another shoulder, but if we break this shoulder, then it just sets a higher low or whatever. Or a lower low, I mean. And it looks like we did. So, Bitcoin dominance. This is really what I want to show you guys, because at this point, we got to start looking at altcoins, because like I said, like we were covering this the whole way. Like we had it perfectly trading. I said, the only way for us to like start to reverse out of altcoin season, if it breaks this golden pocket, heads higher, hits this level, and potentially hits a double bottom. It didn't happen. We called it. We called everything. I told you multiple times about this head and shoulders. I think I've had a lot of other people in the space talk about head and shoulders. I just actually heard Crypto Zombie talk about the double top that we were talking about on the DXY yesterday. Like I say, I cover everything before a lot of these guys. This right here doesn't matter too much just because, and obviously it would have already played out, it looks like, because you got to remember that this is a percentage. It's not price action. So double tops can, or head and shoulders can play out on this, but market cipher isn't going to be ultra useful. Alright, so yeah, I mean, you have a double top right here inside that head and shoulders that broke. And then you have essentially like a double top right here that broke right there. So there's multiple patterns inside multiple patterns. What's up, puppy? So we're looking to break this level. I think it broke. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lower low, so that's like game over right there. So if you're wanting to look at Bitcoin dominance, you're gonna have to zoom out. So I mean, it's extremely good for altcoins right now. Extremely good for alts. Which is why I didn't really want to get into Bitcoin as much, because I was expecting something like this, and then oh yeah, see, I told you guys yesterday, I was like, I don't know where this wick was, but there was definitely a wick, and that's why I drew this. So when you zoom out, we still want to break this wick right here, and then after that, like, it's like, oh, like, it's all over, but that's why I zoomed out right here. These would be the next targets that we would be looking for, and it's very, very clear right here that we would be potentially hitting this area and then bouncing off temporarily. Altcoin season is strong right now, but potentially this would be a resistance level to look at, and then we would have a clear like little buffer room down to these levels right here. I just want to make you guys constantly aware of BTC.D so that you guys know that you're not getting wrecked in alts. It's looking very, very, very good on the charts right now. But because like a lot of the stuff that we were looking at, where's the zoom out button? Maybe you can't zoom out anymore. So like this kind of just gives you some perspective. We're still going to be looking at like this would be a level, this would be a level. So we'll look at Bitcoin dominance more later. Right now in the short term, it is looking spicy. It is looking good. So let's go right into ADA. I guess there was a correction today on ADA, it looked like. And I told you guys, I said I'm not really looking to get in right now because we already bought it 10 cents. So we're already up 9x since we were buying heavy into ADA. Like we all knew about it as a white paper and everything, but it just started to become a no-brainer. Yeah, so I mean, these would be levels that I'd be looking at for sure, because this is on the daily. But it most likely found support on a major moving average below the daily. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't even be looking to enter in at these prices. Like I said, I'm holding ADA for the long term, staking it. And I want a really good entry price. So then once Bitcoin starts pumping again, because like what you guys got to understand is we're having altcoin season right now. It's looking good. Finally, you know, you see this massive pump. Why do you see this massive pump? We were looking test, test, test. It finally breaks through and you get a massive pump. So then we got to bring this out. I don't remember what time frame we drew this on. So we're potentially going to be testing this upper part of the wedge. So you have this wedge, then you have this wedge, and it was tapping it forever, you know, constantly going like this, and then finally breaks through. We get a nice pump on Link. Glad I didn't give up on Link. I don't have a lot in Link, and you guys know why. Let's go to Uni. Uni broke all-time highs, which I was excited about.
So it broke its all-time high right there. Like a lot of these coins, when you look at these coins, it's like high, uh, lower low, or higher low. Like it's just a clear uptrend pattern. There's not a lot of real patterns to be looking at with these coins. And because I don't recommend delegating a massive position to some of these coins like this, like we're just mostly in Ethereum right now. But that's starting to change. I just bought a coin last night. I don't really know if I should go over like what coins I'm getting as far as altcoins go, because like there's just so many better resources that I can outsource you to. But putting your altcoin gains into some of these projects just to diversify, if you want to have a DEX, like Uni's obviously the best DEX, and once it goes on Cardano, it's pretty much going to be unstoppable. So yeah, I mean, Uni just, it hasn't had strong follow through, but it did break this it broke a higher high, which is good for its continuation in the uptrend. Like I said, I could go more in depth on it, but I don't really recommend even delegating. Like unless you have a big portfolio, I don't recommend, and even then, I don't even recommend delegating a lot to Uni. Let's see, so let's go to Dot. I heard Dot did good today. Dang, it broke our target right here. Yeah, so we had a nice target. Yeah. So it broke through our first fib level, and then the next fib level is going to be right before $40. So that's pretty crazy. Fib extension. Looking extremely bullish. Really what you want to see out of DOT to make it more bullish is you want to see this momentum hold, and you want to see a candlestick close at those levels. That's what we're looking for. You guys already know the sentiment that I have on DOT, so not going to go into that. If you have any questions though, like if you're new to the channel or something, just ask me. So link uni dot. Let's go over Stellar, XLM, USD. I have a small portfolio in all of these guys. This kid didn't even pull back. Where's the... Did it break all-time highs again? It's just because altcoin season is just ridiculous. Alright, so like right here. Then that would put the 618 right here. Somebody asked me for a price prediction, so I pulled out Elliott Wave and such to pretend like, you could do a price prediction, but a lot of it has to do with the market, like, and that's just factors that you can't really predict. You'd have to predict everybody's trade. They're like, where do you think XLM will be in like a year or something? I don't remember what the question was, but that's why I have like guesswork on some fib time frames and then Elliott Wave on top of it to give the best prediction that I could with technical analysis. Technical analysis can only see in the future so far, and like that's something that really needs to be said. Let's see. Let's go over some more Bitcoin charts. I don't even think I went over Bitcoin yet. Did I? This was the wedge we broke out of, jumped up. Looks like we have that over there, which is our ascending triangle. This looks like the measured move. It hasn't hit our measured move. Now, why hasn't it hit our measured move? And I wasn't saying that it was going to. Like I said, it had to do with volume, and we got this pump because there was volume that came in. Altcoin season is extremely high right now. So a lot of the money's flowing into altcoins. So that's a big reason why Bitcoin's consolidating right now. Bitcoin's looking healthy, and like long term, do I think Bitcoin's gonna do well? Well, all the money from all these altcoins are gonna flow back into Bitcoin because the best traders usually keep their money, and all the best traders know to take profits and put them into Bitcoin. And the people that don't know that, they're going to end up just losing massive amounts of money just constantly in trades. and getting wrecked. So we'll keep you guys updated on what exactly you need to know. Looks like we got another price target right here. We got a bunch of price targets. Everybody's got price targets based off of different moves around like 51 to 53,000. So that's fine. It already hit this one. We had this measured move right here. It hit perfectly nearly. Alright, let's see. So that was Coinbase. Let's see. Bybit. We already went over Bybit. And then we should have one more at least graph to cover. Because on this channel we cover multiple graphs because it's important. Yeah, this one used to be a lot more relevant, but right now it's just like we don't really need any of that. Now let's go to the DXY. Like I said earlier, I always tell you guys about stuff first. A lot of the times, like there will be huge YouTubers that literally will just say the exact same things I talk about. So one of those things is if you zoom out to the daily chart, we drew this giant double top and all the different major support levels for it yesterday. Look how massive that double top is. You know, we were one of the first, if not one of the only channels to really cover this. I haven't seen anybody else cover this. We were the first ones to cover it, and then I saw Crypto Zombie cover it today. So, and people always ask me why, if you're so good at like TA and stuff, this is what like people that know me always say. They're like, why do you watch their channels? And it's like, you want to get like, if you're good at TA, you want to get other people's perspective, and you don't want to be cocky and think you know everything, because you'll fall behind really quick in cryptocurrency if you're cocky and you think you know everything. The graphs change every single day, and sometimes even if you know everything, you know, it's hard to look at graphs and like perfectly get everything out of them. It would just be arrogant not to constantly be learning in crypto. So anyways, this is the double top. We called it first. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen anybody else call it in cryptocurrency. This is absolutely massive. It hasn't broken out yet. Then this is like the most conservative neckline that we drew, but you could draw a neckline next to these candle bodies right here, and that would still be textbook, and it still hasn't broken it yet, so I'm keeping you guys updated. But once it breaks these, unless, like I say, there's QE or there's QT, quantitative tightening and quantitative easing, which Crypto Zombie didn't cover. He might not even know about that because that's very advanced economics, figuring out why the DXY moves the way it does. It's extreme level of like forex trading, but yeah, unless there's QE or QT, it would continue to drop without mercy on that ginormous double top. But then also, like, patterns are viable, but like I say, the biggest thing when it comes to forex trading is support and resistance lines, because like I said, I don't just tell you guys like, oh, the DXY or whatever. Like, I'm not even hating on Crypto Zombie. I'm just telling you, like, on this channel we cover everything you need to know, literally. And this is a percentage. This is 90% of the buying power of the United States dollar. But you have to understand, and people are like, I get that. And it's like, well, no, because the United States dollar is backed by every single other currency in the world because of the Bretton Woods Agreement. So really what we're looking at is what's the buying power of the dollar hedged against a basket of other currencies like the US yen, pound, other things like that. And so that's very, very important to keep in mind. Not only because a lot of these other currencies are debasing their currency, so you constantly see stimulus checks in other countries like the UK, China, just everywhere is doing these massive stimulus programs, and so their currency is debasing also. It's getting weaker and weaker, and so you're comparing weak currency to weak currency, so this should actually be a lot lower Okay, so once you start to understand why we look at the things we do and why they work the way that they do, um, you can get a real insight into the market. So this would just be almost catastrophic. And like I said, for the dollar and then the buying power of the dollar, massive inflation implications for this without QT and QE. Now, on top of that, I'm going to go over the historical data of economics and say that the Federal Reserve has done a lot of QE. So QE is quantitative easing, or what you might be familiar with, which is the incorrect assumption of money printing. It's not money printing. The Fed puts IOUs on its balance sheet, so from the bond market. So we're not going to get into all that. But basically, what I'm trying to say here is that unless there's more money printing, believe it or not, shortly props up the market before obviously having those massive repercussions, especially with we used to be on a fractional reserve system. Now we're on a no reserve system. I'm not going to get into that, especially not in this video. I'm just giving you the basic debriefs. So what I'm saying is that without QE, which is quantitative easing, which is what you might be familiar with as money printing, or without QT, which is called quantitative tightening, this will be catastrophic for the buying power of the dollar and should raise every single asset price. We're talking about stocks, real estate, gold. Gold's obviously heavily manipulated. I think they're done with manipulating gold, hopefully. But we talk about how we don't just say things. Obviously, J.P. Morgan late last year got slammed with the $920 million fine for manipulating the price of gold, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube that talk about the long history of gold manipulation. But anyways, and it's also good for cryptocurrency. So keep a lookout for QE, keep a lookout for QT. If that doesn't happen, this thing is going to fall. But like I said, historical context, the Fed, historical economic context, the Fed does like to prop up these markets, and that's what they have been doing this entire time, because this was projected to fall to 70%, and the Federal Reserve has done an exceptional job of trying to keep these levels higher. So a lot of people don't really know about the whole Federal Reserve history. If you want the whole history, go read like The Creature from Jekyll Island. I'm not going to get into that. There's positives and negatives, but the people that current day run the Fed, they're PhDs in economics, and there's effort to try and help the economy. That's just how it is. And so even though, you may disagree or whatever with the Fed system, at this point, the economy needs it to survive, or we'll go into a massive depression like what happened with the Great Depression. So it was up for debate about ending it, but at this point, we need it to survive. The economy will literally collapse. And it was never a Republican or Democratic decision, because like I said, they never give you the real issue. So back when we could have ended it, there was no president that was trying to, because they don't give you the real stuff. They don't give you the real issues. They make it seem like they care. They don't care. They don't care. They give you a bunch of BS issues to fight over. And then obviously, but so anyways, Fed, is about to destroy the dollar. They have to. They have no choice, and that is really good for crypto. And if that double top ends up playing out, I'm most likely going to be liquidating all my cash, putting it into assets, and hedge funds should be doing the same thing, which is why it's a trickle-down effect, and the biggest equity markets, the derivatives market and the liquidity market for stocks moves most of the market. So that's like why we look at stocks like S&P 500. Like Bitcoin used to be highly correlated to the S&P 500, and it still is relatively correlated. And if you don't know what correlated means, it means they move relatively together. So we cover a lot of that stuff on the channel because it's very important. But right now, Bitcoin looks good. It's just consolidating. It's altcoin season, so Bitcoin's just going to be consolidating most likely, as altcoins look like what we covered earlier are going to have face melting gains. So I hope you got a lot out of this video, more than what you were coming in for. I'm trying to keep, like, I could talk about like QT and like all these different things for like a long time. I'm just giving you like the brief. I'm just giving you the brief so that you can understand where I'm coming from. Um, because I definitely know my economics and my macro, micro, whatever, on top of like all the investing fundamentals. So like when I say we're the most underrated channel, like I do, like we are definitely by far the most underrated channel. You're not going to hear anybody else in the entire cryptocurrency space have any single like vocabulary like that come out of their mouth. They're just going to say DXY is dumping. That's fine. That's fine. We covered it first, but that's fine. I just want to give you guys, more information because it's going to be valuable. Alright, so what else do we got to cover? I think we covered everything. So I'm going to be on later updating you guys if there needs to be updates. But right now our Ethereum trade is absolutely killing it. I wanted to give you guys that confidence with the Ethereum trade. And then it looks like altcoin season is just absolutely murking. So I'm glad I got you guys. Like I had a subscriber that's like, man, I put all my money into ETH and stuff. And I'm like, like I still believe in ETH, and even when it was down yesterday, like slightly according to Bitcoin, and I'm like, we got to hold strong, like I still believe in it, and then we get that pump today, break new all-time highs, looking super freaking hot, looking super freaking bullish on ETH, absolutely love it. According to all the other cryptos, like it's not pumping at all, so if you're looking into altcoins, that's not a bad idea. Like I said, I was cautious when we were at like different levels, but at this point, it looks like we're good. I just want to see, like I said before multiple times, I just want to see a break of this level. But as we're heading down to potentially test this level, you should be safe. And then I would just be keeping an eye on this level. On this channel, we're going to be keeping an eye on this level, because what we don't want to see is we don't want to see a low right here and then a lower low right here, and then that wouldn't completely validate this downtrend on the more macro time frames. But as soon as we break this level, we're going to be zooming out and looking at major levels to come, basically just to keep you guys safe during altcoins in case there is like even like a quick reversal that could get you wrecked, especially if you're trading. So we'll keep you updated on everything. Altcoin season is looking next to inevitable at this point. It's looking really safe. I actually just picked up, I'll share my low cap gem bag, but like I said, like I'm more into holding like long term. Like I only allocate an extremely small percentage of my portfolio to low cap gems. And I'm selling a lot of my mid caps right now and putting them into it looks like, so let's go over this real quick. I think this is really important. I'm going to pull out CoinGecko. This is really important information. I haven't seen anybody else really cover it in depth, so I'm going to go over it with you guys, obviously. So when you're looking at CoinGecko, and you guys know that I really recommend that you guys check out CoinGecko, notice the percentage gains based off of market cap. Now, obviously, people really like these coins right here, and these coins are doing relatively good. A lot of these guys, I might have to sell some IOTA. Oh, it's only up. I might have to sell some IOTA. I don't want to freaking... All my coins, like I probably have one of the best portfolios in crypto right now. Like no cap. But I don't want to tell you guys about all my gains because I have like really good gains. Alright, but so here's what I'm showing you guys. This is what I'm telling you guys. You guys got to look at, like, you want to look at 24-hour. You want to be looking at this line right here. And you want to be looking at what percentage, like what token, like as far as numbers, have the most gains. So, like right here is looking pretty decent. You got a 30. You got 30. You got 30, and this is pretty concisive of what I've been seeing recently. So around these, level tokens, people call it mid cap, small cap, large cap, micro cap, and it looks like around 150 to around 200. Maybe the lower 200s look pretty decent. and then it looks like you're getting in lower caps, and then it looks like nearly everything's pumping. It's crazy. It's hard to look at. When I was looking at it yesterday, it was a lot easier to look at. But look at, like, these are lower caps and they're moving a lot slower. But you want to look at like the areas, the market caps that are moving the best, because it moves in waves. It moves in the large market caps usually move first, then the mid caps, then the low caps, and everything's just gaining heavy right now, which is why I'm saying like altcoin season for sure. Get into altcoins. But if you notice, like right here, you're not seeing as much gains. So it looks like these lower caps down here, we're not to this level yet. We're not to this level. What's the market cap? Yeah. If that makes sense. So what you want to do is you want to, when you're hearing these YouTubers talk about these coins, these coins have been doing really good. These two specifically. I have Ferrum Network. I don't know. I got in a while back. I missed the boat on APY finance, which I'm really sad about. I'm really sad about it. But if you miss the boat on something, you miss the boat on something. Like and Elliott Trade says it the best. You just got to. I mean, if you really believe in the project and you believe it's still undervalued, but what you got to understand, crypto, is there's always going to be another coin. There's always going to be another coin, even if they make a new one, just like they made Graph recently and released its ICO, IPO. So look, you see these guys, they're not pumping as much, and they should be because they're much lower cap, so that and they're a lot more speculative. And so you basically just want to see where the money in the market is going, like to what coins, like percentage-wise, based off of market cap. It's really hard to see, but look, you see it perfectly right here. You see that these lower caps right here, money is not flowing into these coins. So we're not here yet. We'll get there as Bitcoin dominance continues to drop, as altcoin season progresses. We're going to get here. But I'm literally showing you guys the exact perfect method to look at, because this literally lines them all up based off market cap. Oh, I'm looking at the 1 hour. This is the 24. Yeah, but they're still not like pumping massively. But so yeah, it's hard to see right now with altcoin season. See, you want something like this if it's going to be that small of a cap. You know what I'm saying? And to see like what we're seeing is just... And as you go down in market cap, you're going to see less and less pumps because we're not here yet. Damn. I think I heard a bunch of good stuff about there's always the exception with projects. I think I heard some really good things about Uniswap stake or whatever. But yeah, it just looks like these aren't really pumping. Especially not as much as the higher caps, which the lower caps should be pumping more in alt season. So, I mean, so once you start to get these, once you see constantly on the 24, once you see 40, 40, 40, whatever, and a crap coin's a crap coin. But like once you see this, on these lower caps, then the market's there. If that makes sense. When you're getting involved with altcoins. The thing is with altcoins, like, yeah, you want to pick a good project, but you want to also pick a good project based off of where we're at in the market, because the money always flows from the highest large caps to the mid caps to the small caps to the micro caps back into Bitcoin. And then once it flows back into Bitcoin, it's going to go massive. I picked up a little bit of this. BitBoy is really bullish on YFDI. I picked this up a minute ago, and it's been performing really good. And it looks like it's not a bad time. Not financial advice, but not a bad time. I also have Coin. Coin hasn't been performing as well as I'd like it to. It looks like a relatively decent project. Those are some micro caps I have. Let me show you my micro cap portfolio. Like I said, I don't really delegate a lot of money to it because we're not there in the market to begin with. This is more so just holding my spot when when we get there, and like you guys already know, like I don't like about the Ethereum gas fees. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's see.
Put it right here. So this is like a little bit of what I have. If you can't read that, I have Ferrum, YFDI. I just got Idle yesterday, and it's been doing really well. I think I'm up $60 on it since I got it. And let's see. I got Doe, ticker symbol Doe, Pi Doe. Um, Let me see if I can turn down the brightness. I got Unilayer, Ethereum stake, Ethereum yield, and then coin utility token. So those are those are micro cap gems. If one of those 100x's, like the portfolio would be like worth like 10K. So I'm obviously, those are very high risk. Those are very high risk. And so I only have a very ultra small, like less than a percentage of my money in them, probably like 0.2%, point like not 1%, like 0.2% of my portfolio is probably in them. And then I have a lot of mid caps, which I'm taking like my mid caps. Like you guys saw that I was in Ocean, and Ocean pumped pretty decently. So I had over 100% ROI on that. So I took half my Ocean. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you need to apply this to whatever you're doing so that you can like have like safe altcoin gains, which is like what we're really talking about. If there's anybody in the chat talking about like Bitcoin or anything, we covered it later. Have you got a course on trading or on Femex for alts? I'm not doing a course. I'm not shilling a course. Like I could easily make a course in like a day and teach like all the fundamentals and stuff, but and then I also don't like show links. So there's no way I'm gonna do a course. Just I'm gonna give you guys the information, and if you have any questions, just let me know. And just watch the channel is literally the best advice I can give anybody, because people hit me up all the time and they're like, I want to learn from you and stuff. And I said, like, I don't have time to teach everybody I know. Just watch the YouTube channel. So like that's the best advice I can give you. And then just ask questions. I'll definitely answer your question. Have you got a course? So I mean, I'm like I said, and I'm not going to shill anybody else's course either. So unless you like specifically ask for it, which the best course is just going to be sub into the channel and learning. Because like I said, we got some of the best education on the internet, no cap. We cover more than all the biggest channels, so like straight up no cap. On Femex, like if you want to get Femex trades or whatever, you can do obviously the mirror trading. Be careful with it, be conservative with it. Do your research, take your time, but that's a decent idea for altcoins. Um, but for altcoins, like as far as trading goes, like yeah, you could do Femex. I personally don't really trade altcoins. My reasons for that, like it's like I mostly trade Bitcoin, I mostly trade Ethereum, and then the small amount of money that I delegate to a lot of these coins, like most of my portfolios, Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So um, if I'm going to be delegating into like these altcoins, like I'm going to have a small percentage of my money in them. So it doesn't make sense to spend so much time trading them. If I only get like a 10% ROI on them and I only have, a couple $100 in it, like just APY return on my investment as far as time goes, it's just not worth it to me. Whereas like with Ethereum, like if there's a really good thing, I don't mind throwing like $10,000 in a trade on it. So like that's just my opinion on it. And so like yeah, that's my opinion on it. Altcoin trading specifically. But if you go on Femex and you mirror trade, that's not bad. And then yeah, and then I never show links. Like there's a lot of links. Like people hit me up all the time in person and on the YouTube channel. Like I think I get comments like courses and links like, but like I make a statement like I was telling my buddy yesterday because I'm about to buy another house and I'm renting it out to him and for like stupid cheap. Like he's only gonna be paying like 250 a month for it and it's a nice crib. And he's like, no, man. I'm like, bro, I have way too much money. Like, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I don't need any more money. I don't even know what I would spend it on. So, like, I'm not going to show you guys links. I'm not going to do any of that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. So, if you have a question, like, you're like, what's the best brokerage account? What's this? Just ask me. Links are never going to be in the description. It's more of a statement than anything. And, like, the principles of this channel like I say, if you're gonna be arrogant enough to say that you're like so good that you're willing to teach other people, like that you're so good that other people should be listening to you, then you got to back it up. And if you're selling courses, you're not making the money to where you should be teaching people. You should have plenty of freaking money if you're arrogant enough to say that you're gonna teach people. So that's one of the core fundamentals of the course. It's like or of the YouTube channel. It's like you know so. Um, Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything. So yeah, Bitcoin's consolidating, ETH's looking good. We're looking for more, I guess I can go in really quickly with Market Cipher and see what we're looking at on ETH for a second. As far as the money momentum oscillator, because I know that like one of the huge like
There's a lot of benefits on this channel, but one of the huge benefits on this channel is we have Market Cipher, which is a massively expensive technical indicator, and you guys literally get to see me use it for free all the time, so you guys get that perspective, and I always live stream and keep you updated, so then when there's green dots and stuff on the indicator, like you get to see that without having to spend, I think it's $600 it's to rent it, or it's like 1,500 to buy it, something like that. So yeah, money momentum oscillator looks good on the daily. This is really what we're looking at, what I want to look at. So that's on the daily. Go to 12-hour. But yeah, so ETH's looking good. We're just looking for more money to flow into ETH. A lot of money's flowing into these altcoins. Like I said, I would prefer to outsource you guys on my altcoins. Like, go look at Elliott Trades, go look at Lark Davis, go look at BitBoy. Money momentum oscillator's not looking bad. You have a high, or you have a low, higher low, high, higher high. We're most likely going to fractal another. And then, yeah, we have this wave coming in hotter. It's looking decent. We got a little doji, so basically we're just looking for cash right now coming into the space. We got this nice green dot. It looks like we just have one green dot right here. This is looking stupid fat though. I like that a lot. Let's see. So then we go to the 1 hour. Yeah, money's coming in decent, but we want to see more of it. Volume's consolidating, so that's not good. But oh, and we're potentially on the 1 hour looking at a potential short-term top. But we could consolidate and then move higher, which might be the sentiment short term. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I got you covered on everything. Give me one quick question if you have one more quick question, and then I'm out. Let me know. But yeah, we're covering you on everything you need to know. Let me know what you need. All right. I'm going to have 1K. What should I invest it in? So you guys know that I was heavily preaching on this channel, not financial advice, but I was heavily preaching ETH on this channel. And at this point, like ETH's kind of like, in that consolidation space. Cardano, looks like it's going to pull back. We'll see where it pulls back to, if not just consolidates. Those are my two main tokens right now that I'm really looking at. Bitcoin looks like it's going to be consolidating, but it looks really good for the future. So, honestly, it's going to be high risk. So there's two ways you can go about this. And I'm literally just, I'm never going to shill you anything, so I can give you the best advice. There's two ways you can go about this. You can go the conservative route, or you can go the high ROI risk route. Um, and there's not, and the only and I never recommend like a massive amount of risk. So this is going to be like a reasonable risk to reward ratio by far. So this is what I would recommend. Well, I'm telling you, like, because people always come up to me and they say these type of things, and like I'm like a cryptocurrency expert, so like it comes down to like what you're trying to do. So it's like, tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what you need to do. So I mean, just comment like what exactly you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to go high risk or high reward. The first thing I'm going to do is high risk. So the high risk scenario is that you get involved in one of the best altcoins. You look at some altcoins, some newer ones. Maybe you have to go on Uniswap or whatever. You'd have plenty of money to cover the fees, the gas fees or whatever for Uniswap. If you don't know how to do it, make sure you know how to do Uniswap. Um, if you guys don't, I'll make a video about it later today if you ask for it, um, and I'll show you guys how to. Yeah, high risk. So the high risk strategy is going to be getting into like some of these best altcoins. Like I said, look at altcoin. What is it? Elliott Trades. Look at those guys. Look at BitBoy. Look at something really good. Like a lot of people are really bullish on Reef. Um, I'm really bullish on APY Finance, but I think I missed the boat on it. But like just things like that, like super bullish projects that you just know are going to do good in alt season. And then just make sure you're subbed to the channel, because we'll tell you when the end of alt season is, or at least we'll do our absolute best to. And then basically you just hold that alt throughout this season, and you'll kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then just, the cost base average out. You want to be like high risk but low risk at the same time. What you can do is you can put your altcoin in, and then once you hit 100% ROI, which happens pretty quick in this alt season, you can take half your investment out, put it into a conservative thing like maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever you want to do, possibly, or you can put it into a smaller cap. So now you have two coins, and there's less risk. And then the less risky strategy would be to wait till the end of alt season. I wouldn't even recommend this. I'm not even doing this myself. But what you could do is wait till the end of alt season, because all the altcoin gains are going to pump back into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's most likely going to hit like 70, 80,000 before it should cruise to like 53 and then hit like 60, 70, 80. And that would be like the conservative. I'm not even doing that. I wouldn't really recommend it, but I have to give you that opportunity, like that, option. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what altcoins to get. Like I already showed you my low cap gem portfolio, and I've already talked a little bit about, coins. Like you can ask me about coins and ask me my perspective on them, what my, whatever is. But really, I would rather outsource you guys, because there's people like the Coin Bureau. The Coin Bureau is a good one. Um, BitBoy is a good one, and Elliott Trades are good. And you basically just look at what they're posting, and then they spend the most amount of time all day just looking at altcoins. I spend all day just like working out for the military, and I have like passive income on all my crypto, so I'm not trying to make any more money. So I'm not researching these coins out all day, every single day. Like I'll look into them, but like I'm just gonna tell you straight up, I'm not gonna BS you. I'm not the best person in the entire crypto space to ask about altcoins. Like I've been in the space for a while. I know a lot of the older ones. I know a lot of the better ones, but and I stay up to date on the newer ones, because like I said, you don't want to fall behind in crypto. But that's my recommendation. Yeah. So what I do is, do you know how to use Uniswap? If you know how to use Uniswap, If you don't, I'll just give you like a quick little baby tutorial. Just comment whether you know how to use Uniswap or not. Um, how was the run? Yeah, we smoked some kids yesterday. So, um, what was it? I run a 21 in three. I run 3 miles in 21 minutes. So I'm like one of the top Marines in the whatever. So I mean, when you're doing that, it's like, no, I'm a complete beginner. Oh, for uni, let me just hook it up if you're a complete beginner. So what you do is you go on your search engine and you type in Uniswap. So I'm going to do that on my phone. So you go to uniswap.com right here, or maybe it's .org. Let me see. Let's see if it should. So you would go to uniswap.org, and then from uniswap.org, you go to use Uniswap. So you go to use Uniswap, and then it's going to say connect a wallet right here. And you press connect a wallet, and it's going to give you some options. The options are going to be connect wallet, which I wouldn't recommend that one. Open in Coinbase wallet, which is the one that I would recommend. And then Formatic, and then you can also use a MetaMask wallet. And what I would recommend is opening up a Coinbase wallet. So you'd have to set up a Coinbase wallet and then connect it to Uniswap. You press the button, you connect your Coinbase wallet, and then from there it'll bring you back to this page, and you'll have your Coinbase wallet, and it'll give you the tokens that you have in your wallet. Um, like let's see, so you can see that right there. Essentially, like I have some Ethereum, and then it'll bring up all my tokens, and basically you can trade either Ethereum tokens or whatever, and then you press select token that you want to swap it for, and so you have this swap token right here option. And if you don't see the token, like you can search for the token on the search bar, but if you don't see the token, and if you're looking at a lot of these coins like Reef, like I just got some idle yesterday, you can see that on there. But if you don't see your token, what you do is you go to here, I'll show you. Let me bring up my software. But yeah, that run I was freaking
Burning my lungs out. Like it straight burns your lungs when you're sprinting miles. No fun at all. But okay, so what you would do is you would go to CoinGecko. Let's say, for example, just for an example, you wanted to buy Reef. So you would go to CoinGecko. You have to go to CoinGecko. You go REEF, Reef, and then refinance right here. You click on it, and then what you do is you look at this right here, contact, and you copy this contact right here. You copy this contact right here, and let me just show you one more example. What else should I use? I'll go to idle next, just so you can see that, like, so you have two examples. So you would go to idle if this was the one that you wanted to get, and then you would go to scan contact, and then you would copy the contact, and you would paste it in this box right here. Let me see. Let me pull up my screen big again.
You would paste it in this box right here where it says search name or paste address. You would paste the address in there, and then once you paste the address in it, it'll pull up the coin, and then you can trade it. So it's going to cost Ethereum to trade it. Usually it's going to cost about 40 Ethereum. So, I mean, if you're investing $1,000, like you should be able to easily cover the 40 Ethereum gas fees, and just make sure that you're understanding that it's going to cost you 40 Ethereum to convert the coin, and then it's also going to cost you 30 Ethereum to, or 30 to 40, maybe 50 is what I've been seeing at the absolute most to convert it back. But if you're making like what we've seen in the alt space recently, you're going to absolutely obliterate. Like if you're investing $1,000, um, let's see, you'd be losing at the most like 100%. So you would just need to hit a 10% ROI, which most of these coins can do in a day. So you would cover the swap fee in a day, essentially. There's no way around it. Basically, the Ethereum scaling is, underway. Like it's having issues, so it costs a lot. Yeah, so like if you got like a 10% ROI on one of these tokens, then you would cover your fee. So you want to make sure you at least hit 10% ROI. In alt season, you can hit 10% ROI in an hour. A lot of these coins are up massive. But that's the. If you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'll take like one more question if you have one more question after I just told you all that. But um, that's really what you would do. And you're gonna only get like the good coins. You're only gonna get the good coins from Uniswap. So definitely take the time. Cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere. So like definitely take the time to learn Uniswap. It's by far the best central DEX. I use other central DEXs or decentralized DEXs like Kyberswap and stuff, but yeah, absolutely. So, just follow those steps, get the best coin, so the only thing I would recommend is, I pretty much showed you how to do it. Like, just watch a video if you're not like 100% on it. And then make sure that you have enough Ethereum in your wallet to cover your gas fees. Because if you don't have enough Ethereum to cover your gas fees, the transaction is not going to go through and you're going to lose Ethereum. So, that's absolutely massive, and you don't want to see that. So what I'm really recommending is like having at least 50 Ethereum. And if the transaction says like something crazy like 60, just make sure you have 60 Ethereum in your wallet to cover whatever the gas fees are, because you do not want to press swap coins if you have $40 in Ethereum and the gas fee is 50. The transaction, because it's decentralized, could transact, which has happened to me before, and you'll lose your Ethereum because it will incentivize the network to spend that Ethereum to create the transaction, and then the network is going to say, oh, your transaction failed. And if your transaction failed, you're just going to lose that $40 because you already powered the network to try and incentivize, like you incentivize the network with that $40 to try and do that transaction, and because it failed, you're just going to lose your $40. So just make sure you have enough money to cover the gas fees. Always make sure you have enough money to cover the gas fees. And a lot of different applications that run Ethereum, they give you different gas amounts. If you're new, go with the recommended. If it says fast to slow, so you can on a lot of, I don't remember entirely if it's on Uni, but I think it is, especially if you go in settings. Don't mess around with the gas fees and put extremely low gas fees, because if you have extremely low gas fees, what that does is like if you're like the network is like it'll go slower, but you'll pay less in gas fees, and you're like, oh, I would definitely be open to doing that. But if you do that, if you put your gas fees at like extremely slow, like you pay like slim amount of gas fees, your transaction might not have enough gas to incentivize the network to continue the transaction. So if you're new, always, always, always go with the recommended amount of gas. Don't slide the gas bar to slow, or don't slide the gas bar and like put in your own amount of gas. Like, oh, I'm just gonna do 20 gas, even though it recommends 40 gas, trying to cheapskate it, because if you do, you could lose your transaction, and you do not want to do that, especially if you're investing like $1,000 or something like that. Make sure you go with the recommended Ethereum gas fee. You will be good. There's different things like Ethereum gas. There's different websites you can get advanced with it. You can look at like what the network is, but like it's blockchain, and like it's already optimized preferably. So those are the two things I can recommend for you. Make sure you have enough gas. Make sure you have enough gas. Whatever they're asking for gas, you got to pay it. If you're not willing to pay it, don't do the swap. Number two, make sure that you don't adjust your gas fees if you're new. Make them slow. That's not good. Don't do it. Just do the recommended. If you want to get more advanced, you can get more advanced in the future. But I don't even recommend that, just because I'm usually trading higher transaction volumes just go with the recommended, please. It's not worth, losing a bunch of money over saving possibly $10. And then the last thing is you got to set up a Coinbase wallet. So a Coinbase wallet is different than a Coinbase account. So you can go to the application. Let me see if I can search it up on my phone. Yeah, so right here, it'll say wallet. So this is different. It looks like the same, it looks the same as Coinbase, but it's not. So it's right here. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit. So it's right here, and it's called wallet, which is different than if I type in Coinbase. And you want to get a Coinbase wallet set up, and you can attach it to your Coinbase account. So yeah, this is Coinbase right here. So it's different. So I have the Coinbase application, I have the Coinbase wallet application. You want to get the Coinbase wallet application. Just type in wallet, Coinbase wallet, it'll pop up. I showed you the logo for it. Attach that to your Coinbase account. That'll help you out a lot. And then just use your connect your Coinbase wallet account to Uniswap, and then that will fund all your Uniswap applications. Like if you're trying to like trade coins, do whatever on Uniswap, you'll have the funds available. That's what's going to fund the Uniswap decentralized DEX. And the nice thing about crypto is you don't have to like log into any fancy work or anything. You literally you can do it two ways, but it's really simple. You can just log on to uniswap.org, or the other way to go about it would you would just go to your Coinbase wallet. I'll show you. It's both really simple, but just so you have two options, just in case like you forget or whatever. So right now I'm in my Coinbase wallet right here. And so then you click on this button right here, the bottom one, and that's going to be applications. And then when you click on applications, this one right here, the bottom button in the middle, yeah, well, I just it's like, I want to help. Like, because everybody starts out somewhere. Okay, so you start out and you have this right here, which is the middle button right here. And then it's going to pull you up to this page, and this is going to have a bunch of decentralized applications on it. And then, you have like Maker, you have like a lot of different coins that you might see. And it says popular dApps right here. And then you'll just scroll, you'll just scroll, and then you'll find Uniswap, and Uniswap's right here. So once you have the Coinbase wallet account, you can literally just go to this application right here, go to Uniswap, and then click on it. And then once you click on it, it's just going to bring you to this page right here that says Uniswap. And then it says right here, visit exchange. So here, visit Uniswap exchange. You click on that, and then it starts loading up. And then it'll bring you right there. You'll have your wallet. You'll have everything set up. And, just make sure you have like $100 or $50 worth of Ethereum gas fees for gas fees. And then whatever token you're trying to exchange it with, you can pick any token really to exchange it with. Like, for example, I brought on some Ocean Protocol that I was looking to cost base average out of and get into a different crypto. So I sent my Ocean Protocol over to my Coinbase wallet, and then it went into my Coinbase wallet, and then I used Ethereum gas fees to convert that Ocean Protocol into, I bought Idle last night with my Ocean. So if you have any coins that you want to like swap out, or you can just buy, like Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. Probably the best way to go about it, if you're not looking to swap anything out, like one of your existing tokens, probably the best way to do it would be to buy Ethereum. So then you're just buying the Ethereum for your gas fee, and you definitely have enough, and you're not paying extra in fees. So you're not like buying $100 worth of Ethereum to power the gas fees, and then you're not buying like Bitcoin, and then you'd have two transaction fees. So it would cost you, maybe like $10 or $20 for those, maybe even more if it's $1,000 transaction. And then you make sure you have enough gas fees. So then the only thing I'd recommend if you go through that strategy, which is what I would recommend, is just buying a bunch of Ethereum, using some of it to power it, using some of it to put up as like, whether it's like $900 and you're like, I have $900 of Ethereum. And then the way that you would go about it is you would Google, here, let me put it on this
screen. Just so you would go to Google, you would go, let me see, it's loading right now. What you would do is you'd go to Google, and then you would go to ETH. It's loading. You go to ETH to USD. You would go to ETH to USD, and then you would just type in 900 on the US dollar side, so you know exactly what you're working with. And then after that, you would save maybe 100, so then you'd have enough money to convert it both ways. So you would have 100 to make sure that you convert it from the token, and then you'd have 50 to convert it from the token, and then 50 to sell the token, whatever you're trying to sell. So you'd go like 900 potentially, and then that would show you the exact amount, or whatever it is. Maybe after fees, you're looking at like 860, maybe, whatever it is. And then you basically just put onto the token. It'll show right here. Let me bring this back up. So
it'll show right here. It'll show how much ETH do you want to put in, and then you can basically put in the exact perfect amount. You could put into this 0.46, and you know exactly that that's the amount of US dollars that you're looking to spend. So that should be it. That should be good. I could go in more in depth with it, but that should be your basics. Just make sure you know what you're doing. I think I got you pretty straight. Go slow with it. It's your first time. Just see it more as anything an investment. You don't want to screw up on these transactions. I gave you like all the like stuff, like all the pitfalls, so that you don't lose any money. And it's pretty hard to lose money on these dexes. Because they're set up pretty good as long as you cover, the gas fees and you don't mess with the gas fees. That should be good. And then you can start swapping. And on swapping, you can swap out. You can, if you have $1,000, that's not bad for swapping. So you can swap out like one of the tokens that you're doing really well on, and you're like, oh, but I want to get into this token, and then you can swap that, and you can stack gains and trade on Uni, which can be very profitable, which is really good to do, especially in altcoin season. So yeah, that should be good. I'm glad I could help you out. I'm glad that but like I said, just go slow with it. It's an investment. You're learning. It's an investment. Like once you know how to do it, you're gonna feel like an absolute crypto beast. That's a big step for a lot of people. I know a ton of people that invest in crypto and they don't know how to use any of the applications that they're buying. So it's like, that'll be huge for you. So just take your time with it. You don't want to lose your money. You want to make sure you're doing everything correctly. Maybe watch another video if you didn't catch everything, but I think I described it pretty good. But that should be it. And then I'm going to keep everybody updated. Tonight, as things change with crypto, whatnot, I'll get you guys updated on what's going on in the markets. So if you don't have post notifications on, just turn on post notifications. I'll hook it up, keep you guys updated, tell you guys exactly what's going on in these markets. And I'll see you guys later if we need to for whatever the deal is. If there's some big thing coming up, I'll keep you guys updated. You know how this channel works. So we usually stream like 2 to 3 times a day, just depending on what the markets are like. But like I said, Bitcoin consolidating, ETH looking good. We need to see a little more volume, but it's mostly consolidating too now. But it just reached all-time highs, so that's good. Link, looking decent. We need to see it break that upper band. Cardano, I'm not touching it right now. It looks good, but I'm not touching it. And then Uni looking okay. There's not a lot of volume. It just broke all-time highs. It's looking okay. Really, we're going into alt season. I'll get you guys those final confirmations, but it looks like we broke that head and shoulders, and we just have one more major line before it is just no-brainer alt season, and it looks like that last line is inevitable. So that's really what's going on in crypto right now, and there's a lot of bullish news that I'm sure you've heard from other channels. So congratulations to everybody that's here in crypto. Congratulations.